Hello and welcome to World Civilizations 2, and we are going over our world leaders. And here are the world leaders for this week. Let me see. Can you see? Wow. All right. So we have Juan Manuel Santos from Colombia. He's a president. President Abdelaziz Bouteflika from Algeria. And President Harry Rajaonarimampianina from Madagascar. Okay, so let's go ahead and you can pause it and write these down if you need to. Remember, you turn this in at the end of the semester for 50 points. And it gives us a chance to get to know other world leaders from other countries. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. First off, we have the president from Colombia, and his name is Juan Manuel Santos. And let's get a picture of him. And this is what he looks like. All right. And I want to show you where Colombia is. Obviously, Colombia is in South America. And Colombia is at the western edge of South America, between Venezuela and Ecuador, and it touches Brazil as well. So here is the president of Colombia, in case you ever saw him on the news or in person or in an airplane. Here he is. Okay. Okay. So I want to tell you a little bit about him. Some of the only requirements to be president in Colombia is that you have to be a citizen and you only have to be 30, which here in the United States is 35. In 2005, the Colombian government voted to extend your 4-year term as a president to 3 terms. And then in 2015, they added another constitutional amendment and it went back to just 1 term. So that's really interesting. This man was a Nobel Peace Prize winner. He was an economist and a journalist before he was president. After college, he went and worked in the coffee industry, and he wrote a lot of journal pieces about abuses in the coffee industry. He co-founded a new party in Colombia. So there's all kinds of interesting things. So on your sheet of world leaders, you have to write the name, the country, term limits, and an interesting fact. And there's many interesting facts about him. And that's what I'm sharing with you. He won the Nobel Peace Prize because he negotiated peace with guerrilla warfare. Colombia has an amazing history, and there's a lot of guerrilla warfare because politics wasn't working. So a lot of people felt that they needed to resort to guerrilla warfare. And before you start judging, just remember that the American patriots in the Revolutionary War were considered guerrilla warfare. So we did it too. Okay, it seemed to work for us. Anyway, he negotiated peace with them, and he was given the Nobel Peace Prize, which that's pretty amazing. He was in the Navy, and then he went in Colombia, and then he went to the University of Kansas in the United States. He's been to the London School of Economics. Very smart man. This man is a very smart man. His family was very influential since the 20th century. Because of their ties with the newspaper in Colombia called the El Tiempo. He has been divorced and then remarried, and he has 3 children with his second wife. His granduncle was president, and his great-great-grandaunt was a martyr of the Colombian independence when they got independence. So just that man is just full of interesting facts. The second person that we're going to talk about is the president of Algeria. Here he is. Okay. His name is Abdelaziz Bouteflika. Okay. Here we go. And Algeria is located in Africa, on the continent of Africa. It's up at the top. All right. And it's between Libya and Morocco. Actually, he was not born in Algeria, which is really interesting, a president not born in Algeria. Remember, they got independence from France in 1962, and I just want you to know that Their independence from France was brutal and ugly and horrifying because France did not want to let go. And in grad school, we read a lot about that, and it was not pretty at all what some of the French troops and French generals did to the Algerian people. So their term limit is 5 years, renewable one time. But this is kind of interesting and gets a little fishy because this man is the longest living president in Algerian history. He's only the fifth president. He's number 5. He is he has done 4 terms. He's on his 4th term because every time it's time for him to step down, they somehow pass another constitutional amendment to give him another term. So something doesn't seem exactly right, but so oftentimes when something looks a little funny, we look a little closer into a government like Algeria. I don't know. I don't know all the background, so I would just say we'd have to look into it. So he was born in Morocco, and when he was very, very young, his father and mother moved to Algeria. He is a lifelong politician, and I believe that's it. Okay, so the next president we're going to look at is the president of Madagascar. Okay, and here he is. His name is Hairy Rajaonarimamplaniya, which I probably just butchered. Anyway, he is the president of Madagascar, and Madagascar is a island off the coast of Africa, so it's right here. Okay. And what's really interesting about him is that he has the longest name in history of a world leader, okay, of a president, of any president. It is 44 characters long. And that might be including his middle name as well, but I'm not sure. So very long name. He was an accountant before he was a president. Very interesting. I love to know what they did before they were president because, you know, we're so used to, oh, a lawyer, or oh, a this, or oh, a that. And it's really interesting to find out all kinds of backgrounds. He went to the University of France for his master's degree. He was, they tried, some people in the government tried to impeach him, but the court threw it out and found no basis for impeachment, calling for an impeachment. So let's look at Harry. Okay, here he is, the president of Madagascar. All right. Very nice. Okay, so those are your world leaders for this week. And hopefully you'll recognize them if you see them on the news or in an airport or in the mall. And have a good week. Thanks.